But I just can't remember what it is. Maybe it'll just come to me later.
It always does.
Do you want to hear something cool?
Always.
I was watching a movie last night, and this chair was in the movie. It's a really expensive, popular chair. My dad would be really mad that I let my cat scratch it right here. It's like a really expensive chair.
Like how expensive?
Well, I don't know what other people think expensive is, but for you and I,
It's expensive.
it's like $3,000. It is old too. Like it's been in my house all my life.
You get a used car for $3,000.
You can't even get a used car for $3,000 these days.
Probably not.
No. I think my sister just had to go buy a car for her son. I was like, he's lucky. But I think he has to make the payments.
How old is he?
He just got his driver's license. He's 18.
He's so big.
I know.
It breaks your heart when you think about it.
Chloe's taller than you.
I know. It's really not fair, ever.
Is Malay taller than...
Of course she is. Bella's going to be taller than me, too.
Like I'm doing.
I'm going to need a ladder to, like, get in their face. I tell her, I said, put your face down to mine right now. Because I can't... It's not fair. She's like 5'7", 5'8".
So you're yelling.
Yeah, I'm yelling like this.
Get your...
It's very intimidating. It's okay. It's fine. I'm the little mama, and I understand that. I'm still scary.
Yeah, you can be scary. I've seen you.
I'm very scary. Spatulas are not safe in my household.
I've seen you be scary.
Yeah. It only comes out when it's needed.
I know.
It's not fun for everybody else.
You're a spatula mom too, huh?
I'm a whatever's in my grass kind of mom.
That's how my mom was.
Yeah. And they will get up and they will run.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
I got chased out of the house naked.
I'm sorry. I at least let him put clothes on.
I did not. She chased me right out of that house. Another one.
Well, she had 2 boys, though.
Yeah, no, I'm lucky you only have the one.
Yeah, I only have 1, too, and it's a lot.
It is. They're draining.
They are.
Boys are different than girls,
they
for
really,
sure.
They really are different.
It's okay.
But just imagining you yelling at Malia.
So, I like to do Vulcan death grips on them.
Where?
In the collarbone.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Dig your fingers in and go up underneath the collarbone.
Who?
Because it hurts and tickles at the same time.
Somebody taught me to do that, too. I'm not sure if it was Evan's mom or...
I don't know. But it works.
Or was it Amy?
Probably. She's a spatula mom, too. So.
I'm pretty sure we learned
all the mean ways.
that pinching thing from...
Yes.
Or was it Carrie?
She was a mean mom, too.
I remember she helped me with the kids a lot when they were little.
Yes.
She loved watching kids.
So one time I got real sick and they took me to the emergency room.
Yeah.
She came and saw me in the emergency room.
Yeah.
She was good.
She was my my OG mom.
Yes.
Yeah. One of my OG moms.
Yeah.
Shout out to Carrie. We miss you.
That's one of the perks of the restaurant industry, though, is you do have your family.
There you go.
Why are you yelling in Italian? We love her.
Oh, okay. So I guess I should start this off with this is my very long time good friend, Nikki. And when we get together, we giggle a lot. So, introducing Miss Nikki. Anyways, we knew each other through Olive Garden. We worked there as teenagers, and we've been friends ever since, pretty much, right? Yeah. So, like 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember whenever I came over for the first time?
No.
I will never forget this.
Oh my God, tell me.
Okay, so
I can't wait.
y'all were living in Mesquite, and I want to say it was you, Evan, and 2 other guys from work, and I was hanging out with Chris Freeman. And he was like,
He
"Hey,
lived in that house.
in that house
With Cole and Chase
yes.
Chris and
I feel like there's somebody else. There was
Dustin.
There was,
Dustin.
I've thought about him forever.
Okay.
But he was on speakerphone. He was like, "Hey, is it cool if me and these girls come over?" And you're like, "Don't bring any stupid girls over here." And I showed up, and you're like, "Oh, it's Nikki. It's fine." I was like, "Yes, I'm not stupid girl."
Because I kid you not, when I walked out of the bedroom one night, well, I can't tell the full story, but basically, me and my boyfriend at the time had just got done with something, and somebody walked in on us, and we were like, "Get out!" And she was just like so drunk that she started petting Lennox. So Lennox is my first puppy love. Well, maybe not. I guess my childhood one, but my first dog baby was Lennox, and he was a German Shepherd, and everybody loved him. And even the drunk lady that walked in on me with no clothes on loved him. And I was like, "Get out." And then we put on clothes and we walked out of the room, and my whole house was filled with people. Like, I had never partied like that. Like, I wasn't that person. But all of a sudden, because we were living with this group of party animals, we had the guys on the couch, just like in, what's that movie called?
I don't know, babe.
Yeah.
I need more than guys on the couch.
Dave Chappelle. And the guy feeds the...
The horse,
feeds the horse the food, the popcorn, and he dies.
What is the movie?
And then he goes to jail. Half-Baked.
Yes.
Okay, the guy on the couch
Uh-huh.
that they didn't know his name. He was just always there.
All the time.
We had one of those.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, because like we had so many people working on the strip of like Olive Garden, Sports City, and then I don't know. I think there was a few other that everybody would just. That was the party house afterwards. Everybody come to that house, and I was like, "Nah, man, I want to go to sleep."
You ain't going to sleep.
No, and speaking of Freeman, he came in my room one night and rearranged my whole room, all my stuff. He was like, "This would look better here."
You should not touch my stuff, bruh. Should have went to his house and rearranged his stuff.
I mean, Freeman had the biggest Great Dane. And if he didn't like you, he would come sit on you. I think he got over the top of one of my other friends and started to defecate on his head because he was passed out on the couch.
That's awful.
You're bringing, like, my flashbacks are just, like, hitting me right now.
It's a lot.
I knew this was going to happen, though.
But, yeah.
That we were going to have flashback moments.
We always have flashback moments.
Yeah.
There's a lot to flashback on.
So who was I telling not to bring stupid girls over? Cole?
Freeman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause,
yeah. No stupid girls.
Yeah.
I mean, we were friends before that, but I'd never been over to your house. And
yeah, well, it wasn't really my house. It was just a space I lived in.
Well, I've never been in your bubble.
That house was so crazy. One time, Chris shut down the street. Not Freeman Chris, the other Chris.
Uh-huh.
He shut down the street. Him and his girlfriend got in a fight, and he had PTSD flashbacks. And he put lawn chairs in the middle of the street, and then they put the car.
Goodness.
But it was because the girlfriend that he had, made very mad had gone and got the brothers. And I had just carved a pumpkin. It was like, all I know is I just carved a pumpkin. I was the only girl that lived in the house. I was so excited about this fucking pumpkin. And they smashed my pumpkin.
Well, they're boys.
I know. I was like, hey, you know what? It's not my fault that your man cheated on you and
really
you
not.
got mad. I think they ruined his car, all sorts of stuff.
It's not the
So I
pumpkin's
didn't
fault
live there
either.
for very long because
No.
I was like, dude, I'm really tired of getting all my stuff ruined and people coming and getting mad at the house.
Not your fault.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're not the one.
I'm not the one cheating on all these girls.
No. Definitely not.
Yeah. It was fun, though. It was a nice, fun experience.
Well,
I do have some good family time memories
Yeah.
there. We tried to have, a Christmas tree, and we tried to make it
I
nice.
tried. It's probably because you were the girl in the house.
Yeah.
You gotta pacify.
No, it was really Cole.
Oh.
Cole was the one that wanted the Christmas tree. And, I have panic disorder, so I don't like to drive really far distances.
Yes.
But somehow he talked me into driving all the way to a little past Forney because I think his dad worked at the Home Depot out there, and so we could get a Christmas tree. I was like, all right. And I was like, it was dark. I was having a panic attack the whole time, but whatever. We got the Christmas tree.
Yeah. They sell Christmas trees at Walmart for $15, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But at that time, he wanted a real Christmas tree.
No, the things are awful.
Yeah, and I cannot breathe
No.
at all with a real Christmas tree. I was dying.
Yes. All you smell is Christmas tree all over your house. Your clothes smell like it. Everything smells like Christmas tree. I mean, I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong. But I don't want everything to smell like Christmas.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be sneezing and not breathing and my eyes turning red. I'm allergic to everything, though, just so y'all know. I don't think anybody that knows me knows. Allergic to freaking everything.
We need to put you in a bubble.
No, I don't want to live in a bubble.
You could roll around like a hamster.
Well, that might be fun,
That
but I
would be
might get
fun.
dizzy.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
I just throw up in my...
Probably shouldn't throw up in the bubble.
Yeah, just stuck and throw up all over the bubble. Well, she once was pretty, but
She was.
She just lives in throw up body.
It's so gross.
Yeah, I know. Okay, anyways, we're supposed to be talking about
Stuff. Important things.
Okay, so anyways, Nikki and I met at Olive Garden aeons ago, and we became really close friends. And then life happened, right?
Yeah.
So I remember, I'm just going to start from where I remember, and then maybe that'll get us started off. I've known you so long that I did know your sister. And I wouldn't say I was close with your sister. She was very introverted,
Oh, yeah.
very wanted to be alone. But when I met you and Pork and we were very close, and y'all were just dating, I think. You were sharing apartments with friends, I think, and y'all were just dating.
Yeah.
But he was kind of moving in, moving out. I don't know. I remember there was a really crazy night.
Yes.
And we got Pork Chop to calm down, but
There were a lot of crazy nights.
yeah, but I just remember one individual. But we ended up going to your sister's house.
Yeah.
And so from that night, I even just remember her being very protective of you.
Oh, yeah.
And very much, she was only a few years older than you.
Yeah, depending on birthday, it was 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
One of those weird
Yeah.
situations.
So, okay, well, maybe we should let people know. Your sister was your mom's child,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
But not your dad's.
Right.
But your dad raised her
Yeah.
and called her daughter, and he was her dad.
Yes.
Yes. And also want to shout out to Mark, one of my absolute favorite people, Nikki's dad. He's super fun.
It's amazing.
Sweetheart. Will
Yeah.
make you laugh. He worked in the kitchen with us at Olive Garden. And I think he really brought like this amazing presence because we would all be, I don't know if y'all know this, but when we're serving your food to you at Olive Garden, when we go into the kitchen, we'll start like singing a song and everybody will be singing the song. And then like we would stop as we were walking, but we would still be singing it in our heads.
yeah.
So when we'd come back into
You could be in sync.
we would be in sync.
Yes.
Yeah. So we would all still be singing the same song in sync, but you know, we knew how to turn it off and bring it back on, and it was kind of cool. But Mark is a musician, and I don't remember the name of his band. I know I suck. I'm sorry. That he was in, but he did have that really good one-hit wonder, right?
Yes.
Um,
But not here. In
no,
Sweden.
in Sweden.
Oh, he was a rock star in Sweden.
He was a rock star in Sweden,
Oh, yeah.
but not in America.
Not in America. No.
But we all thought he was a rock star.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
So, anyways, I got sidetracked. But back to Amanda, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Let's like paint a picture a little bit of how she was from that.
She, so everybody referred to us as like night and day.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, she was the night and I was the day.
Yeah.
So when I was awake, she was always asleep. Even sleep patterns were different.
Mm-hmm.
She just did not want to be out when the sun was up. So she was very, like you said, protective from an early age. She's always been my protector and always has been.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody she was close to. But getting close to her was always the most difficult thing, I would say, because she only lets you have so much at a time.
Like a little piece.
Whatever she felt you deserved to have.
Yeah.
So she probably came off across as bitchy because when people do that, people that don't understand it take offense to it. And it's like, you shouldn't take offense.
No, and I think I can understand where people might, but I always got a different feeling from her.
Yeah. It's because she liked you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yay.
She's, don't bring a stupid girl over person.
Yeah. We had that.
You know?
Yeah. She reminds me of me in a little bit, and you. We kind of sit back and look and observe a person and check them out first, make sure they're okay and they're safe.
Yeah.
And then open up a little bit to them.
Well, and I think that stems from being like an empath as well.
Yeah, I was very introverted as a child.
Yeah.
Like I could just draw on a piece of paper for hours and be...
I was never that way as a kid.
No, you were more like
I was
extrovert.
out. And then I don't know what happened, but I had learned that the inside of my house was way better than going outside.
It's a struggle, man.
It is.
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
I don't like to leave the house.
No, it's your safe place.
I leave it for jiu-jitsu.
That's about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go do things. I want to sit.
Well, I have a lot of energy. It's just that like I take on everybody's energy, and so it's hard.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. So I have to really, and I've set so many boundaries now that now I'm like so comfortable. Not like in an unhealthy way, like in a really healthy way, I'm comfortable.
Yeah, I get it.
Whereas before it was like I would have panic attacks leaving the house. Like I used to not be able to leave the house.
And I hate that.
Because it's the energy around you is just so hard. But once you start to learn to put these like boundaries up and you kind of get a little more confidence and know how to stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier to, I want to say, like deflect those energies coming towards you.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe she was just.
I don't think she wanted to.
No.
I don't think she wanted to put in the effort of deflecting because it was easier to stay
not
at
do
home.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just, when you get kind of set in your ways, so to speak, whenever you choose to not go outside into the world, or she only ever had 2 jobs in her lifetime.
I don't remember her working.
She didn't work. She didn't drive. She was content with being at home.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of that is because when your kids are little, and if you don't have to go to work, you don't need to go to work. You're paying for daycare more than you're paying for bills.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't. It was really tough to work
So I think that was a lot of it.
Because you can't pay for daycare.
You can't. So she
No.
stayed at home with the kids.
Yeah.
Well, now the kids are growing. The kids are in school, and you're used to being at home.
Yeah.
So it changes you as a person. She wasn't always sad, but she was always different.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't like everybody else. So
Yeah.
she just...
And there was, so do you think it was worse or better after kids?
Worse.
Worse.
It gave her a reason to stay in.
Yeah.
Can't go nowhere because kids can't go nowhere.
And so I think one of the most dangerous things, and I think it might even be one of the reasons that I'm so deeply passionate about doing this, healing with Hazy, is that I think I could see myself going down a dark hole, and there were like two doorways. And it was either open this doorway and just keep being miserable, like to the point where, yeah, I wanted to sleep all day, but I knew that I had kids to take care of. Like that was always my thing. Like, it's not fair for them.
Right.
I have to take care of them. I brought them into this world. Like that was my keep going. But they were draining the life out of me. Not like in a bad way. It was just like when you become a mother and you're doing it basically by yourself a lot of the time and you're working a full-time job, it really sucks the life out of you and you forget who you are and you end up like being only for them.
Yeah. You're just a mom.
You're just a mom and you lose yourself, right?
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
I've lost myself many times.
You could either take that doorway that goes down the really dark tunnel that you just sit in your head all day and you're only talking to yourself.
Yeah.
You're not talking to anybody else. And sometimes I think when you actually like put it out and you talk about it, it kind of heals itself. Yeah. It's not stuck in your head on repeat.
Yeah.
And so I think your sister didn't really talk to anybody about stuff. Maybe her husband or boyfriend at the time, but I still think
very private.
Private and
but there were signs.
Yeah.
You know, I can remember being in probably 3rd or 4th grade. Mm-hmm. She was in middle school at this point, and she was on top of the monkey bars. And I didn't know it at the time, but she was on drugs, and I don't know what kind of drugs, because my brain didn't function like that.
No.
But she was like, if I jump off these monkey bars, I could fly. And I just remember all of her friends being there, cheering her on to jump off these damn monkey bars. Mm-hmm. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me?
Are you insane?
She is not going to fly.
Yeah.
So me and my 2 best friends were trying to get her down, and they wanted to go get my parents. And I was like, you can't go get my parents. I can do this. Like, I can take care of her. And so while I'm trying to get her down, they go get my parents. And then come out, and, you know, all the things happen that, you know, your body doesn't remember because you're so consumed with other things at the time. But it progressed, and, you know, there were instances where she made attempts on her life, and we all brushed it off. Because if you're really going to make an attempt on your life, we felt at the time that you would have been successful at it the first time.
Yeah.
And that's a horrible way to think about things.
Yeah, but it's kind of the way that people do brush it off. It seems like that's the way it usually is. If you want to do it, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a cry for help. And yeah, it is a cry for help.
Yeah. So why did we ignore it? You know?
I don't know why people ignore it. I think they ignore it because they think it's attention seeking.
Yeah.
And it is. And so, yeah, unfortunately, even if it's not what they seem to want, and even if it's bad, if you don't go, okay, well, you need to go get help like right now, which of course somebody has to want that, right?
They do.
And she didn't want that.
No, never.
So if you keep saying that to someone though, and they're not doing anything, what else can you really do?
Yeah, because they have their own mind.
Yeah.
But their state of mind is not the right state of mind to be making those choices. I feel like looking back on it and thinking about things, it's just, there was more to it.
So what do you think could have been done?
I think we should have taken her to the doctor.
Yeah, just forced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your state of mental health is not okay. Clearly,
Yeah.
all these things are going on, and you're showing us all these signs that you need help, but we don't know at the time. Social anxiety and mental disorders was not a thing.
Yeah.
Here's a pill, feel better.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
was not as
you don't
prominent. It's still
discuss it.
just now.
Yeah.
It's just now something that people are looking into.
So you don't think about it. Depression runs my family.
Yeah.
And always has. And so there was, of course, antidepressants and stuff. But if the person chooses to not take it and they feel like, I feel better now. Well, yeah, you feel better because the medicine's in your system. Your chemical imbalance is being helped.
Yeah.
But as soon as you stop taking it, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
So.
And there's some kind of like stigmata, whatever it's called, that if you take medicine, that means there's something wrong with you, and you don't want people.
No.
You don't want to believe there's something wrong with you.
No.
Yeah.
But she, knowing now and looking back on it, suffered from agoraphobia.
Yeah.
Where being out in the world was so anxiety ridden that she just didn't do it. So.
That's what they told me I have.
Yeah. You adapt to it, and her husband probably felt like he was doing the right thing by her, but drinking and doing whatever kind of drugs you felt like doing at the time were also hindering her being able to be better.
Yeah. They thought they were probably self-medicating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my mom always said you don't give an Indian woman dark whiskey.
A what?
Indian woman. It makes us mean and get in our head and get on a soapbox. So she never drank dark liquor.
I love your mom.
I think about all the times that my mom was out at a party and was fine until she drank some whiskey.
Yeah.
We got soapboxy real quick.
That's true.
It's true.
Mama knows.
Yeah. So we just don't do it.
Yeah.
So, but she liked dark liquor. It puts you in your head, and
that's my choice too, is darker.
Yeah.
Clear makes me projectile. Like I remember my bachelorette party. I drank vodka because they were given. I don't like vodka. And this happened to me when I was 15 too. I projectile. Like I did not get drunk in any way, shape, or form. I just got incredibly sick. Turns out years later, I'm allergic to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why it almost killed me when I was little. Yeah.
Doesn't like it.
No.
No.
It does not like it.
No.
I was dancing and I just go, oh, and I started to run and I was like everywhere at S4.
That's so cool of you to be at S4.
I know, I'm so cool. I'm so woke. I'm woke. What? I've always been woke, though. Come on now.
I don't even know what woke means, so I don't know if I am woke or not.
It means your third eyelid is like open and you see like no color, no race, no gender, no.
Well, then I'm
You're
that.
It's all equality, right? Is that a good?
Sure.
Yeah, we don't know. I think that's woke. Yeah, I think he is too. He's like, she got woke wrong.
She got woke in a different
Crap.
way.
Oh, well. Well, if I got it wrong, tell me. Hey, start commenting and tell me.
In a nice way.
In a nice way. Don't cancel me yet.
No.
Healing with Hazy. Yay! Okay, let's get into the serious stuff. Okay. So. I love you so much. I love you.
I love you.
Okay. We're going to go to the day. Okay. So, I remember when I found out. I think because I'm an empath, even when I'm close to someone, I can kind of feel their
pull,
their sickness, the pull, the pain. And so let's kind of just go ahead and tell your story about that day that you found out about your sister.
Okay.
So
3 days prior,
okay,
Chop's mama had passed away.
Yes.
She'd been sick for a very long time.
So y'all were out of town, right?
Yeah, we were in Canton, which my family lives in Canton, oddly enough, the same as his family does. So it was really cool to have everybody there together. So we were at his aunt's house, just, talking about his mama, and I feel like I'm breaking this, getting ready for the day. We were doing a memorial for her, and we were outside having a safety meeting, and my phone's inside, and you know me and my phone. It's never charged or it's on silent, or I don't know where it's at. Because
she sucks at
I'm
responding.
not a phone person. So.
But we've known each other since before phones.
I know. And
before these hotcakes.
Hey.
So old?
So old. So they called Chop's phone. No, that's not right.
They called somebody.
I went and got my phone.
Oh, okay.
And I had a lot of messages and missed calls. So I called back my cousin, who was the last person that called me. And she was like, have you talked to your mom? And I was like, no. She was like, you need to call your mom right now. I was like, well, what's going on? She's like, you need to call your mom. So at this point, I know something's wrong because my family's very close.
Yeah.
They could have told me what was going on.
Yeah.
So I call my mom, and we go outside. Chop's out there on his phone handling business, and his mom's, I guess his former uncle is out there. His mom's ex is out there. And I'm calling my mom, and my dad answers, and he's like, well, where's Chop? And I was like, why don't you just tell me what's going on?
Yeah.
And he's like, I need to talk to him first. I was like, okay, great. So I already have a feeling, that I'm fixing
I can hear your dad's voice right now.
Yeah. I'm about to get the worst phone call. Because my dad's my best friend.
Yeah.
He could have told me.
Oh, yeah.
And he chose not to.
Yeah.
So Chop's on the phone, and then he falls down to his knee, and then my heart just kind of sinks. Because he's already confirmed what I know he's fixing to tell me.
You know it.
I just know.
Yeah.
I know my sister. I just know.
Yeah.
And so he's walking to me, and he has his face on, and we've been together for a very long time at this point.
Yeah.
And I know his faces, and he's never made this face to me before, so he just kind of, and I don't remember what he says, but I just remember crying, and you know how cliche in movies when they find out people die, and they fall to the ground, they start crying, and you kind
Everything goes slow motion.
yeah, you kind of like make fun of it, because you're like, that's not how it really happens.
That's how it happens.
But it's most certainly how it happens.
Feels like time stops.
Yeah, like you can't breathe anymore, and your body kind of goes numb, and you just lose all the sensation, and
you've been slapped.
You hit the ground.
Yeah.
And I remember going inside, and I guess since they live in town and everybody goes to the same church, they're getting phone calls because nobody could get a hold of me.
Yeah.
So his aunt's running to me, his cousin's running to me, and I just remember being escorted to the back bedroom because Leia's there. She's little. She doesn't know what's going on. And so I lay there and I cry, and I just have this urge to hurry up and get to my family.
Yeah.
So I'm convinced that I'm going to drive myself. And he's like, you're not driving yourself? You're stupid.
That's not happening. No.
No. So he drives me out to them, which is about 20 minutes away. And, you kind of cry, and then you stop because you want to be able to accept it. But then you can't accept it. So you start crying again. So we get there, and, everybody's there. It's just, when you know someone doesn't want to be here, but they're still here, when they're not here anymore, and you don't have an answer as to why, you can't heal properly from it.
No.
So when we find out what happens, they had been drinking the night before, and he had passed out on the couch. And I don't know why her head was in the space that it was in. She hung herself on the couch next to him. And I would like to think that she was hoping that he would wake up and save her, and that's why she was next to him.
Yeah.
But he didn't. And she left behind 2 really great boys, and the oldest one is the one that actually he's the one that found her. And even still, He is like the most amazing
He's always
person.
been the sweetest kid.
Both of those boys could have gone either way with this.
Yeah.
They could have gone on the deep end, or they could have like thrived. And I really feel like they have both thrived through all of this because they're so amazing and good-hearted. And
I think that has a lot to do with you and your mom and dad.
yeah,
It really, really does.
well, and their dad, you know, is a good guy.
Yeah, I don't know him very well, but I know he's a good guy.
Yeah, and he found a great woman to be with, and she's really good with the boys, and she has a daughter, and they both always wanted a sister. When she first came around, I was around a lot because the boys lived down the street for us,
Yeah.
and I felt like I needed to be there.
Yeah.
So probably more than I really needed to be there, honestly.
Yeah, well.
Well, when she started coming around, I was mean to her.
Well.
And then she didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And so I had to apologize to her one day. And I just told her, I was like, look, I'm sorry. It's not you. But it's who you're replacing.
Yeah.
And that's why I have a problem with it.
Yeah.
You mean that she's gone?
Yeah.
You know, we talked.
I'm sure she kind of understood that, though, huh?
She did,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and she was like, I'm glad you came and talked to me. But I didn't have a right to be mad at her for the choices that my sister made.
No, but you're a human,
Yeah.
and it's easier to be mad at somebody else.
Yeah. Than to be mad at the person that you should be mad at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I am mad at her.
So, oh God. I have a feeling the dogs are out. Yeah. Hold on.
What is that whistle?
I should really bring a photo of that.
She whistles like an old man. Why?
Hey, man.
You whistle.
Alright, go.
Come on.
I'm just kidding.
Please don't be mean to me.
Please don't be mean to me. Okay. Sorry guys, we had the dogs get out again. It's a problem. I had a tree fall down, and like a big tree, and it blocked the whole alleyway and took out 3 people's fences. Mine, the neighbor, and another neighbor lost like a plank. It's cool.
Just put some duct tape up. It's fine.
I don't think duct tape can fix. It can fix his
Yeah.
the one plank,
Fix the plank.
but the rest of it, it's pretty big a nightmare. But my, homeowners, whatever, cool.
Fix it.
Fix it, bro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
So,
Goofball.
I know I'm a goofball.
It's okay.
Oh yeah. How old was her son when he found her?
He's middle school. Maybe.
I feel like he was younger than that.
Well, I know when he transferred the boys to Mesquite schools because they moved out to Mesquite, I was going to have to go and be a representative because he's never really biologically adopted him, but he's always been in his life.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
'Cause
he might have been in 5th grade
yeah, he wasn't
when that happened.
his dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so middle school.
Yeah.
I remember us having this conversation then when it happened. Just because you've always been so easily open and able to talk to me about it.
Of course.
So I remember you telling me about that, and that was just even hard for me to hear.
Yeah.
I think we had both just had babies of our own because Leia was probably pretty young then. Ewan was
was.
just
Yeah, because he's not far behind her.
No. And so I just kind of think, yeah, that what you said to me at that moment was more like how I was trying to gauge how you were feeling. You were more pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's selfish.
Yeah. For her to have taken her life and had her son find her and all that.
Yeah.
You love your sister and you want to understand, but you just can't.
No. And I think that's a problem that the people that get left behind have to deal with.
Yeah.
Because you're not in their headspace.
No.
So how could you understand?
Mm-mm.
It's an impossible goal you're setting for yourself.
Yeah.
So I think the only thing that you can do, because I don't know about everybody else, but I have that what if moment for a long time.
It's kind of like anxiety,
Yeah.
depression ridden
Yeah. Like
type. What if I had done this?
Yeah. What if I'd called her and told her about Chop's mom? She would have felt important and needed and wouldn't have done it. She just wouldn't have done it as soon.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
would-
she would have waited.
And was she really trying to be successful?
Yeah. You just never know. There was no note.
Yeah.
So you go back and forth with that because you feel like if there was a note, then she was trying to be successful. But
Yeah.
at the same time, maybe she felt like she didn't have to say goodbye because she had already said goodbye. So there's just too many possibilities and uncertainty with it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't.
So it's hard to heal from.
It is. They're no longer affected by the pain that they have, but everybody else is.
Yeah.
It's really unfair.
Yeah. I really think that it should raise awareness. That stories like this should raise awareness for the people that are struggling. Like, we know you're struggling and it's hard because we've all done it. We've all struggled. Everybody struggles. Everybody goes
Oh yeah.
in a bad place. It's just like you even with mental issues, you just have to let somebody help you.
And I think that's the hardest thing though.
And if it is, and if you, then you need to think about the person that you love the most in the world and think about how you can't do that because that would affect them for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Are you going to kill them so that they don't have to feel that?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm trying to shame anybody that has had suicidal thoughts because I've had them. I've been there.
Well, I think a lot of people have.
I've never been to a point where I've done like what your sister did or anything like
Right.
that. But, I think that, yeah, everybody has
It's hard.
Life gets really, really hard.
Really hard.
But there is something to the energy you put in this world. So if you try to surround yourself with people that kind of have a positive energy and you let them give you that positive energy, it's hard.
It is.
Especially when you're used to being around negativity. It's very
Well, because it's a lot easier to believe the bad things.
yeah.
It's a lot easier to believe the negativity and the bad thoughts that you have of yourself than it is to believe the good.
Yeah.
People, when you only look for the bad things, then you'll only see the bad things.
Yeah.
So instead of being, half glass full or half glass empty, people should be glad that there's something in their glass at all.
Yeah.
Because some days it's going to be more than others.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that kind of helps me get through days is I don't know, when I hurt myself and I don't feel like I can keep going.
Yeah.
Really, there's people out there that don't have any freaking legs that keep going.
Yeah.
They find a way, they find the will.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people out there that couldn't walk, now they can because they didn't give up.
Yeah.
So you're making your own, it's just a mental game.
It is.
And I know that firsthand because I've made every mental game there is to stay at home and be agoraphobic. And then I've gotten to the point where I'm like, maybe it's the people around me. Maybe it's something. I don't know. I want better for myself.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get it, but I'm going to find it. And if I feel this horrible at home already, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just going to feel horrible out in the world.
Might as well.
Might as well give it a shot, right?
Might find something I like.
If I'm going to have a panic attack here, why does not have one there?
Yeah, it's fine.
And then I just don't really care what people... I started to not really care what people thought. Like, if I was having a panic attack in public, I think the thing was, what would everybody think?
Right.
Well, I don't really care.
No.
You know?
Don't care at all.
At all. I don't care. I'm just trying to get... It's a good step for me to get out of the house.
Yeah.
And now I've gotten to the point where I don't even know how, but I got on a plane and flew somewhere. I'm terrified of planes. And I've done it twice.
But you have to, you know...
I'm about to do it again.
You gotta take a leap.
But, yeah, there's a point where I think the darkness got so dark, and I got so, like, in my head, I'm like, this is not living. No. Like, I may as well have just accepted that I've already died. So what am I scared of?
Yeah.
Scared of dying in the sky? Well, I've already died inside.
Yeah.
Because I'm in a black hole in my room, in my head.
Yeah.
You know?
I do.
So.
It's hard.
I think that's why, one of the reasons why, I just really want people to try to heal. And I know there's people that can't get out there and get into counseling. But I do believe, because I've been through a lot of mental growth and been to a lot of different facilities and talked to a lot of different people about children and their mental health. You know, a lot of it is genetic. We do acquire somehow our parents' trauma while we're in their womb.
Yeah.
And those instincts that come with their body and soul, we acquire that stuff. So if my mom was having a hard time when I was in her and she was feeling that, you know, some of it might have been me and some of it might have been her. But you are a part of that person. So there's genetics in it, but it's not an excuse.
No.
And a lot of people try to make that an excuse. Like, I can't accept the excuse that I have anxiety. I used it for too long. But I can't accept it anymore. I just have to find ways to live with it and go forward. It may make me a little bit more of a complicated person, but that's my problem.
Yeah. It ain't everybody else's.
That's nobody else's problem. That's
No.
my problem, how complicated of a person I might be. Right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I don't think you're that complicated. just fair warning.
I have my things.
It's okay.
Well, my dog has to go with me everywhere. I basically have to be passed out in the car to drive anywhere.
Car naps are the best kind of naps.
They are the best kind of naps.
Don't be worrying about that.
No, I have to be passed out on the plane too. But I can I can get on the plane and I can go. So.
Stay asleep.
Yeah, I can't. No, I have to drug myself the night before too, so I can shut my head up because my head's like, well, blah 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 blah.
Then I have to wake her up and then carry her.
Then he has to wake me up and basically carry me to the airport drugged. Like, ugh.
Yeah. No,
But you know what? It's stupid, and I'm not like. But I'm a person that decided, okay, I need a little bit of help so that I can get past these humps to get to where I want to go and do what I want to do.
Yeah.
To make my life and fulfill my life, right? And if I'm happy, which this took me a really long time to actually nail on the head, like get this right. If I'm happy, my kids are happy.
True.
If I'm sad, my kids are sad.
Yeah.
So, like, I think that kind of has the same ancestry portal, right? And, I mean, my mind goes way really far, but you just think of all the trauma that's gone down and gone down and gone down. And now we're all, like, living these amazing lives, but everybody's still mentally unhappy, right?
Of course.
Right.
Yeah. You can't make anybody happy.
No, only you can make yourself happy. And that's by not following, like, what everybody tells you what to do and just following your heart and your instincts and your...
It's a choice.
It's a choice.
Choices are hard, though.
They are.
You know, that's scary.
Oh, I have that little choice thing going on. You know when you see in the movies where it's like the devil and the angel?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm the gray zone. There's a black and a white, and it's always like blah blah blah. What? I could see it this way too. Well, but we could see it this way too.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Yeah, that's you overthinking.
it's just so bad.
So
Like,
much overthinking.
Yeah.
Yes.
He tells me that that's all I do is overthink.
I'm not an overthinker, and I think that's a problem sometimes.
Yeah, you're pretty straight to the.
I'm right. It is or it isn't. Either we're gonna do it or we're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I
I
don't.
love that about you because you can make decisions.
Yeah, I don't like to overthink it.
I
can't.
overthink
That
everything.
freaks me out.
But you know what? I think it's other people's fault that I do that.
Yeah.
Because I used to listen to so much arguing and bickering and like questions. Well, do you think this would be okay? Do you think that? It's just how
Yeah.
my brain works now.
Yeah.
I question everything.
You're adapting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting better.
It is.
Yeah.
Super proud of you for getting on a plane drugged up.
Thanks, Nikki.
You're welcome, babe.
Appreciate that.
Proud of you.
Thanks. I'm about to do it again.
Sweet.
I know. I'm going to try to take my dog with me this time.
You know the dog can't sit next to you, right?
Well, he's a service dog, so he can sit in my lap or under my seat.
Okay.
I did all my research.
I figured.
Yeah, he's a psychiatric service dog. And he helps me a lot. Like, I advocate for that a lot. A lot of people make fun of it and like, ew, it's their emotional support animal.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes Winston does need my emotional support, but he provides a service to me. If I start having anxiety attacks, I start to do things like scratch my skin really hard, pick at my skin. I don't even know I'm doing it. Chew my cheek. My legs are always just shaking. That's just part of me.
Yeah. No, I don't.
But my palms sweat. I start to feel like I'm having an out-of-body experience. And sometimes my whole entire body starts shaking uncontrollably. So I drug myself as a precaution so that I'm not like, it almost feels like a seizure. I know it's not, but I can't stop it.
Yeah.
I can't mentally go stop. And then, he'll come and like put that weight on you like that helps you feel more comforted because you kind of do feel like you're floating out of yourself.
Yeah.
You just don't really feel like you're there,
I don't know, but I
Yeah.
sympathize.
That's okay. I'm glad you don't know. I would prefer that you don't know
Yeah, no.
because it's terrible. But I'm sure there are some people that probably feel that way. And I'm sure your sister had a lot of anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
And it can be numbing sometimes, like to not feel. That's why you kind of scratch the skin because you're like, oh, I can't feel that. Like
Right.
but it's a fight or flight state. And just all the research that I've done, it's just your body goes into this fight or flight state at unnecessary times.
Well, I think
And sometimes at necessary times, but
I think with her, it was more of delusional thinking.
do you think that her dad had a mental disorder, her biological dad?
I never met him, never
We
saw
don't know
him,
anything
don't
about
know
him.
anything about him.
Because sometimes when you talk about her, it sounds like she might have had a little bit of like bipolar,
Oh, probably.
but also where she might hear voices and things.
Well, she thought the ground would suck her up. Like if she was in the grass, especially after it rained, she was convinced that she would just go into the grass. So,
Strangely enough, I can relate to that.
yeah.
It's
No.
very strange, but I can relate to that because I've had that feeling before.
See, I'm the opposite. I want to be barefoot in the grass.
I
walking
love
in
it.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like as a child, there was just, and not exactly the grass, but
Just the ground in general.
yeah, I felt like, and I could actually feel my body pulling.
See, I never felt like that, but I always felt like there were piranhas in the pool.
Oh my God, I was so scared. of things like gators and sharks in the lake. I don't know.
Pretty sure they're
Like
in
the
the
man-made
lights.
lake at Lake Ray Hubbard. There's sharks that are gonna
Yeah.
get me. But if I can't see under my feet, I'm out, bro.
Yeah. No.
I'm an earth child.
Yeah. I don't.
I like the water, but I like to be able to see.
I like the clean water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fish will bite you.
Oh, they will.
I've been bitten many a times by some fish in the lake.
Matt went to Turner Falls with us one time. Yeah, I remember, and I was standing right next to him, and I felt something on me, and I whoop up onto him. I'm like, hey! He's all, what the hell? Matt, you're holding me now.
Can you take me to dry land, please?
I need to go back to dry land. Yeah. Oh, and a water moccasin. I was doing like the canoeing. And somebody's like, ooh, look, a water moccasin. I was like, nope, I'm out of here. Bye.
We're done.
We're done.
If you never seen it, you would have been fine.
Yeah. Where do you think the piranhas came from? Did you watch a movie?
No, my sister was awfully mean to me.
And she told you.
Oh, they were in the lights in the pool. And that if you touch the lights in the pool at night, that the piranhas would come out and eat you.
And we believe them.
Yeah.
I remember somebody told me that, like, well, I think a lot of people told people about the seeds in their stomach if you ate watermelon seeds.
No.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Okay, so if you eat watermelon seeds, you're going to have a watermelon start growing out of you.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was little, somebody told me that. And I was like, what? And I was like, nuh-uh. But, you know, in the back of my brain, I was like,
Don't eat a watermelon seed.
don't eat a watermelon seed.
it out,
This
spit it out.
shit is going to kill you.
You're
You're going to have a watermelon baby. But, like, I don't know. It's just a stupid thing.
Yeah. She was awful. My sister, I was convinced that she was a witch. And I'm pretty sure everybody else was convinced that she was a witch.
You think she had a darkness in her?
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yeah.
You just, if you believe in dark stuff is going to follow you.
Well, and do you believe in spirits and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
So I do believe that sometimes I think those might correlate with each other too. And people don't believe that anybody will believe them, or
There's just no telling.
there's no telling. But I just say if somebody says it to you, don't take it with a grain of salt. Like,
No.
for real, listen to them.
Yeah.
So what do you, I know I ask everybody, like, what do they do to heal? And I don't think you can ever 100% heal, like you were talking about from this, but what do you do to help yourself get through that mental jungle?
I've always been able to help people with their own emotions and feelings. I am not someone that is good at their own emotions and feelings.
Yeah.
I tend to not talk about things and put them in a box, and the box is put away
Yeah.
because we're done with it.
Yeah.
So I don't even think about my sister except for 2 days out of the year.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I have good advice
Yeah.
to heal from it
Yeah.
because I have not healed from it.
Yeah. Well, and even that being said, I don't expect you to completely.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it wasn't your,
Yeah. I mean, you can move past it, but I had Leia and work, and I kept
you
my
just
mind
kind of
busy.
had to sweep it under
Yeah.
and move forward.
I
Yeah.
had to.
But I think you do I think you did want to do this because prior to me doing this, we did kind of talk about how you don't talk about it, but maybe you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people need to know.
Yeah, because people need to know. And
They
so
do.
that's why I wanted you on here, because people need to know that when you leave somebody behind, it's selfish
It is.
and that you should get help. And there's lots of different ways. If you can't leave the house because you're agoraphobic,
Yeah.
you can call somebody now.
Yeah. They got apps now.
Yeah, they got apps now. They got a million apps. What's the, BetterHelp.com. I know that's one. A lot of people sponsor that. And there's counselors out there if you do want to go talk to somebody.
I think trust is the first thing, though.
Yeah,
Trusting someone with your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions is a tricky thing to do for a lot of people.
it is tricky, but you have to take a leap of faith,
Yeah.
especially if here's the scale, right? And actually, you know what? Carrie taught me this. And Richard. Do you remember Richard?
I do. He's hanging up in my house.
Yeah.
Always.
Richard was my dad. Not my real dad, but he was my dad. And much like when you had that call from your sister, I felt the same thing.
Yeah.
Of a lot of, I can't tell her that. How am I supposed to tell her that?
Yeah.
You know? And drop into your knees and all that. Probably not as bad as losing a sister, but I mean, I've lost a dad. I know it's hard.
It is.
But when it's kind of like a shocker too, I don't know. Even when it's not a shocker, it's just not easy.
No, Bubba asked me the other day, and I don't even know why he asked me, but he clearly was thinking about things. And he was like, Mom, do you think it's better to know someone and know they're sick and then lose them, or to know someone and not know they're sick and to lose them? I was like, this is a really morbid conversation we're having, bro, but...
He's so young.
I know. Like, you're 9. I mean, you should not be thinking about death and stuff right now. But
I was thinking about it at that age, though.
Yeah, I think it's, in my opinion, better to know that they're sick.
Mm-hmm.
So you have time to prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have time to prepare yourself and that person is taken from you, that piece of you that they own is gone.
Yeah.
And you no longer feel whole.
Yeah.
When you have time to process that you're fixing to lose this piece of you.
Yeah.
And prepare yourself for all the bad feelings that are about to come that you have no control over.
Yeah.
So, for me, it's easier to know that they're sick, but...
It's so hard, but it's easier, but it's hard at the same time.
Yeah. Either way, it's hard. We're selfish human beings.
We really are.
We don't want our people to leave us.
No.
So, when they do leave us, it's a whole whirlwind.
Yeah, and I think the hardest part with Richard was I thought that he was about to go in the hospital and get better. You know?
Yeah.
He finally was going to go to the hospital and get better.
Yeah. Stubborn-ass man.
He drove himself to the hospital when he was dying.
Yeah.
So stubborn. It made me so mad. I'm still mad at him, too. I love him.
Yeah.
But he brought so much pride and joy to my life. He brought so much pride and joy to my life.
I wonder who has that picture.
I don't know, but it was great.
Yeah.
Man, he could make a table that was pissed at you, turn around and tip you $20.
Real fast.
Real fast. And you're like, God, how do you have that wizardry?
He's Richard.
Yeah, but he was just there for me when I needed him.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
So when I was in my pill phase, he had pulled me aside one time and was like, look, I know you're not my daughter, but I love you like a daughter, and I don't know what's going on with you, but you need to cut the shit. And I was like, everything's fine. He was like, now you're lying to me. He was like, so you're taking off the schedule.
Yeah, so that's what when you're taking off the schedule.
Taking off the fucking schedule.
He snuck me in the office so many times. I got to eat the banana Foster cake when they accidentally delivered it from Red Lobster instead of Olive Garden. He snuck me back there, and I'd be like, and they climbed through the roof to try to unlock the door because I was skinny and I could get up there, and they'd lock themselves in. Yeah. Or it was the dry storage to the office, yeah. But when Evan and I, at one point, when he was doing something as well, and I was like, I'm done with you. Like, I think the first time I was like, I'm done with you, we're broken up. I was so upset, and I was in the office, and he was like, here, why don't you write down and outweigh the good and the bad? was like, and I think I still have it somewhere, even though as stupid as it is. Like, I think I still
Yeah.
have it. And I think it's just holding on to Richard because I'm definitely not holding on to him. It was really dumb, too, to hold on to him. But I got 2 very beautiful kids out of it. But it was write down the good and the bad. So write down what you like, dislike, what you love, what you can't, what you would change, what you wouldn't change. And y'all go talk about it. Y'all give it to each other. You switch it out, give it to each other, and see if y'all want to talk about it and if you can get through it. And at the time, it helped a lot. And we did get through that time for a long time. He stopped doing the drug he was doing, which everyone was doing it at the time, and it was very bad.
Yes.
But he stopped, and he got sober from it, and for a little while, things were good.
Yeah. No, he was a smart man.
Yeah, he was really just intuitive and good energy. So I don't remember where I was going with that. I think I was trying to
I don't know where you were going.
I don't either.
I don't feel like we ever really know where we're going. It just kind of goes.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done anyways. Well, Nikki, thanks for coming on and talking about this.
You're welcome.
I know it was hard.
It is.
Yeah. And I love you.
I love you.
Okay, so he was about to shut me off. I hope y'all enjoyed. Please like, share, subscribe, and also check the link below for hazyarts.com. I have merch for Healing with Hazy, and also I have some paintings for sale. This one you see right here is fresh and ready to be sold. So thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
It was good.